Hello, it's me, Guy. If you're not hardcore left-leaning, then you prefer games which are more sane. You prefer games which don't have overt political and societal messaging. They don't have any virtual signaling bullshit and things like that. But you still might be wondering, why the hell are games still coming out with all this garbage? Well, I think I just realized why, and it's actually very simple, and I'm actually very, very surprised that I didn't come to this realization sooner, given that I'm a game developer myself. For you to understand, games take years to make. The bigger a game is, the more time it takes to make. I wouldn't be surprised if the average AAA game takes like 5 years to make. You go back 5 years to 2020, this was the shit. This was the norm. Like excessive hardcore left-leaning stuff was the norm, which means that whatever societal and political commentary that's in the game, in games that are being released today, that was what the status quo politically and societally was back then when work on the game started. Course correcting a game is very expensive, which is why it's almost never done, from what I understand. And that's why, for example, a game that began development in 2018, 19, 20, and so on and so forth, that's why the games have these trends, or whatever you want to call them. That isn't to say that, that's always the rule and there are no exceptions, but I believe that's the reason why it's happening. And so when you have games that started at development back then, when this shit was at its peak, you're seeing like a delayed avalanche effect, right? There's like a lag worth of 5 years. And basically the way I understand it is once all the games from that era are released and new games start being developed now with today's understandings of, how much of this stuff is supposed to be in games, if any at all, you're going to start to see more sane games come out. Because it's evident that games like Veilguard don't sell. Not just because, it's not a very good game on its own. And so don't be surprised if these games still come out for a couple of more years, but then suddenly the status quo shifts altogether. I believe that's what's going to happen. I'm surprised I didn't realize this sooner, but I just wanted to say this because I don't see anybody talking about it, and it was like a whoa moment for me. I guess you could call me stupid. I guess you could call me silly. I guess you could call me a dummy for not realizing it, even though I'm a game developer myself. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you next time.